中国从来不搞什么胁迫。
China never coerces others, and we firmly opposes coercion by other countries. Do not do to others what you don't want others to do to you. This is a long-held Chinese cultural belief. One of the traditions in China's diplomacy is that we believe all countries, big or small, are equal. When national sovereignty and dignity is under coercion or violation, China responds with the reasonable and lawful countermeasures to defend its legitimate rights and interests and uphold international equity and justice. China never threatens other countries with force. We never form military coalition or export ideology. We never make provocations at others' doorstep or reach our hands into others' homes. We never wage trade wars or groundlessly hobble foreign companies. And we never bully, sanction, or carry out long-arm jurisdiction. The U.S. is a master of coercive diplomacy. It is nobody else but the U.S. that invented, patented, and owns the intellectual property right of coercive diplomacy. In 1971, U.S. scholar Alexander George coined the term coercive diplomacy to describe the U.S. policy on Laos, Cuba, and Vietnam. For years, from military threats to political isolation, from economic sanctions to technological blockade, the U.S. has shown the world that coercive diplomacy is through what it has done. Some Chinese netizens have put it this way: to know what coercive diplomacy entails, just check what the U.S. has done. The U.S. keeps talking about dealing with each other, with other countries, from a position of strength. This, in fact, means whoever has a bigger fist calls the shots. Isn't this coercive diplomacy? The U.S. spared no effort to crack down on China's Huawei, France's Alstom, and Japan's Toshiba, and coerced the TSMC, Samsung, and other companies to provide to the U.S. cheap supply chain data. Isn't this coercive diplomacy? The U.S. also forced countries to take sides in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and wantonly threatened to impose unilateral sanctions and long-arm jurisdiction. Isn't this coercive diplomacy? After China and Solomon Islands signed security cooperation agreements on the basis of mutual respect, equality, and mutual benefit, the U.S. immediately sent officials to South Pacific Islands countries in an attempt to exert pressure on them and intimidate them to stop from having normal cooperation with China. Isn't this coercive diplomacy? Secretary Blinken said that all countries will be free to chart their own paths without coercion. For that to happen, the U.S. must first and foremost change its old habit of pursuing coercive diplomacy, stop interfering in the internal affairs of others, stop forcing other countries to pick sides, stop abusing unilateral sanctions, and stop hobbling high-tech companies of other countries. China is ready to work with all peace-loving countries to stand against various coercive behaviors in the world.